Hi guys, my kids are still a bit too young to have any social media, but I have actually already blocked several apps and websites from their phones using the FamiSafe app. And I have actually just added another app to this list, Yubo. I have mentioned Yubo in a previous video. Yubo has gained a bad rap recently and for good reasons, but we'll get to that in a minute. For all of those who don't know what Yubo is, it's a social media networking app. In Yubo's own words, you can easily make friends, whether it's from your local community or across the world, and go social in no time through live chat. You can connect and chat live in groups or privately via one-to-one. There is also a live feature where users can join real-time streaming video chats with up to 10 people at a time, but with an unlimited number of viewers. If you enable your location, then you'll get to see who is in the close proximity to you. Besides the location feature, the other main feature of the app is the swipe function. You swipe right if you like the person and left if you don't like them. The app then matches you with the people who have also swiped right on your profile. Combine this with your location and you can chat with people who are within your area. You can also input all of your interests so that the app can match you with users with similar interests. There are also games for you to play with other users. There are your friends, so you can interact on different level than just posting photos, messaging with people, or liking another person's content. It's free to use and comes with some additional paid features, which can be billed as one-offs, weekly, or on a monthly basis. So although it's free to download and sign up, the cost can start to add up. There is a range of different options to buy from, adding 500 friends as a quick add to boosting your own live streams so that you can get more watchers. Of course, you need to provide some of the identity information such as name, age, your phone number, and profile picture, which they'll always analyze to see if you are the age that you claim you are. Of course, all of these can actually be falsified, with the exception of the phone number, and in some cases even that is not safe. I'm sure you have heard of phone cloning. However, if they think that you are not the age you say that you are, they will ask you to verify your age with a live photo and block you if they think that you have lied. Anyone 13 and over can use the app, although the App Store in North and South America rates this as 17+. It's only rated as PG, parental guidance, in Europe. And anyone under the age of 17 must get parental permission, although there is no real verification process. So far everything seems pretty standard, doesn't it? It's very similar to Tinder, but maybe aimed more for teenagers, and there are other features as well. So why did I add this into the blocked list on my FamiSafe app? Swipe function. So let's start with the most obvious one, the swipe function, which you will recognize from Tinder. That's the famous adult dating app that does exactly the same thing. So is this basically a dating app for kids or something similar? I mean, sure, it's not meant to be used that way, and maybe most of its users don't use it that way, but it can still be used as such. And there are many reports of users being approached by some very creepy individuals. My personal opinion on this is that it's encouraging users to judge others solely based on looks from a young age. Yes, I know, I said that they are also matched based on interest, but the swipe function is still basically based on looks. Some of the photos that these kids are posting are very provocative. And I'm not even talking about the reports of nude photos being sent to each other. Just normal profile photos can be overly sexual and over-sexualized. Live location sharing. Any app that encourages kids to share their live location with others is going to garner a following from people who are out there to hurt others. The fact is that this feature can allow predators to find people in the area that they can then groom for their own nefarious reasons, whether that would be for sexual exploitation, theft, or even human trafficking. This is a very risky feature of the app, and although it can be disabled, that does not mean that users are actually disabling it. Live video chat. The live chat function, which is called Lives, is with people who are basically strangers to you. Any Yubo user, not just people you're friends with, can literally watch and comment on the streams on Lives. To encourage the shy people on the app, there's also the function or the option to disable your own video and mute your microphone so that you are not visible to others. This is possibly good for shy people, but also incredibly creepy at least from my perspective. Imagine that some sexual predators join the app with a fake profile. They can use the live streams to watch any of the kids on their real time and with an approximate location so they know where to find them. And who knows what they're doing off camera. Plus, they can record the live stream fairly easily and then use it for who knows what. Users have reported that during the streams, they've had others expose themselves, even though Yubo says that if nudity is detected, then the stream will be stopped and the users will be suspended. But suspensions can sometimes be for just 5 minutes at a time. That is barely a blink of an eye and is hardly a deterrent, especially when some of the teens may actually make it into a game to see if they can get booted off the chat for inappropriate behavior. Just turn it into some sort of a challenge. Then there's also the online bullying factor, which I know is the case for all social media and not just Yubo. But that doesn't mean that it's something that I want my kids exposed to. Lex protocols. And this brings me to the security protocols of the app. Yubo was the app that the Uvalde, Texas school shooter Salvador Ramos used. In it, he had threatened other users with horrific acts of violence, and he had even harassed girls on there, even going as far as to find out their actual phone numbers to harass them off the app. What's more, he had been given the nickname Yubo School Shooter by other users of Yubo before he had even committed these atrocities of that fateful day, because he had threatened to do it so many times. He was reported multiple times to the Yubo app, but Yubo barely bothered to ban his account for more than 5 minutes before allowing him to continue using it. Maybe if they had taken the reports more seriously and something other than a bot had responded, then maybe something could have been done to avoid this tragedy. Now, Yubo has tried to take some measures to combat some of the seedier sides of the app. It has put in place 2 separate communities, one for 13-year-olds to 17-year-olds and one for 18 plus. They don't allow users from one community to interact with the other, which is a good thing in theory, but people can still fake it to get into the younger community if they really want to. It's also installed some basic privacy features like location disabling and opt out of the swipe function. So they obviously understand that they have a problem with this app, that they have a duty to care for their users, to keep them safe and from harm. But it's a money-making machine, isn't it? That is the bottom line. So they basically just do a bare minimum to keep the authorities and the parents off their backs, just to continue the money machine spinning. Now, cyberbullying is rife on the internet at the moment, and it's rising year after year. In a survey from 2021, nearly 50% of young people aged 10 to 18 had experienced cyberbullying at some point. On top of that, those aged 10 to 16 who accessed or shared sexual content or images of cyberbullying or violence had up to 50% higher risk of thoughts of suicide. This app is just playing right into the hands of bullies and predators. I know that most people won't be using it in a way I have just described, and young people would feel that this review is maybe too harsh and it's actually a great app for making new friends. But the reality is that many young people don't think about the consequences until it's too late. You know, this is a difficult time to be a kid or a young adult. The teenage years are a time for self-discovery, but they're still kids at the end of the day. And I feel that these apps have a duty to protect them, not allow them to be exploited or abused. If this was a physical location, then it would be like sending your kids to a nightclub with strangers, including adults pretending to be someone else. Would you send your child somewhere where you knew there was at least one sexual predator in the room? Or where you knew there was a chance they could be harassed or bullied or coerced into doing things they would not normally do? I don't think so. I'm a parent myself. More should be done to protect young people from this kind of behavior. But in the meantime, we as parents have to try to protect them from our end. I'm so glad my kids are still young because they're under 13. But you bet that my wife and I will be sitting down with them and making sure they know how to stay safe online. It's never too late to have that conversation, by the way. Like I said earlier, one of my kids already has FamiSafe installed on his phone, even though he isn't allowed on any social media yet. But when he eventually asks me, and he's of age, I'll still be blocking Yubo and other apps like it. Luckily, FamiSafe has explicit content detection, so all I have to do is set up keywords like alcohol, sex, nude, etc. And if those words pop up or are used, I'll get notification. It will also detect inappropriate photos on their phone. I think using this alongside explaining the dangers to your kids and how to keep them safe online is the best way to go about protecting them right now. I'm going to leave a link below in the description to a video on how FamiSafe works, so you can try it out for free to see if it's something that you want to use yourself. Alright guys, so please hit the like button and share this video if you found it helpful and think other parents will benefit from this information. Maybe some of your friends or somebody that you know is letting their child use Yubo without them actually realizing how bad it is. Alright, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!